So what is a balanced diet? What do people mean by that? And how is it going to help you reach your weight loss goals? I have 3 reasons that it's really going to impact how well you can lose weight coming up. What is up, For Faith family? Thank you for tuning in again. If you are new around here, consider subscribing because I talk about weight loss and fat loss, and my only goal is to help you get out of that funk that you've been stuck in when trying to lose weight. So what is a balanced diet, and what do people mean by that when they're talking about weight loss? Well, before I get into my points, I'm going to tell you that it's okay that the definition is a little bit fuzzy of what balanced diet exactly means. In general, it's just talking about calories, macros, making sure to get a variety of food, and that is the best way to lose weight because if you restrict yourself too much in one way or the other, typically those diets aren't sustainable, and no diet is going to work unless you can keep it up the rest of your life. So the first major way that a balanced diet is going to help you achieve your weight loss goals is mainly through calories in versus calories out, and balancing that so that you can achieve what you're looking to achieve. And so bottom line, you have to burn more calories than you take in order to lose weight. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to get more details on this in the next couple tips, but it doesn't really matter what you're eating, although you do want to be eating certain things probably, but it more matters how many calories you're consuming. If a person eats 4,000 calories in vegetables, which would be awfully hard to do, but if they could, then they would still gain weight, most likely, unless they're burning that much, but they would most likely still be gaining weight. They would most likely, in fact, still be obese eventually, and that's all from vegetables. So it doesn't necessarily matter what you're eating as much as the calories that you are taking in. And so you have to balance out the calories. That's with exercise, and that includes the intensity of the exercise. If you're just walking, you're only going to burn, at most 200 calories, and that's if you walk for a while. Whereas if you're doing interval training, sprints, weightlifting, and you're doing it with intensity and you're training hard, you're going to burn 400, 500, 600 calories. If you're hiking and it's a difficult hike, you could burn even more. And so that is the calories out portion balanced with the calories in. And so the only way to really know how many calories are you taking in is some type or form of food logging. And so the best way to do that is through MyFitnessPal. At least that's the best way that I found. There's new apps coming out and everything, but you want a food logging app that's going to help you keep track of your food. And I don't necessarily mean you have to be using the scale, although that is a great way of doing it, but estimations, and then sometimes even just keeping a journal and maybe comparing it to the size of your hand. And so you're going to have, about a cup of rice, which is about the size of your hand, or half a cup of milk, which is about half of your hand, or whatever it is, and then making sure to eat less than that if you're not losing weight. And so that's for a whole nother video going deep into food logging, but food logging is definitely one of the best ways of keeping track of your calories in and balancing that with calories out. So the number 2 most important and most influential thing to a balanced diet and how it's going to help you lose weight is the macros, balancing out your macros. And so what you're looking at, this is a generalization, so it depends on each person, but in general, you're looking anywhere from 30 to 50% carbs, from 20 to 30% protein, and 20 to 30% fat. Different diets go really high and really low, but the point of this is that you're balanced. And so a lot of times we'll end up falling 40, 30, 30, which is 40% carbs, 30% fat, 30% protein, which is nice and balanced. It's a higher protein diet to get those carbs a little bit lower. And the fat is nice and high, making sure to cover your gaps for the fat that your body needs. And again, the protein is going to be a little bit higher to cover the gaps for the protein that you need. And so that is a balanced diet right there. The thing about it is that it's easy to stick to. You're not suffering by removing something like carbs altogether. You're still able to get plenty of carbs while keeping it not too high carb, so it's, further sustainable, but you're also able to get the benefits of going lower carb. And that's what the balanced is that it's not leaning too heavily one way, which makes it easy to stick to, and that is where the real kicker happens, because you don't feel like you're on a diet whenever you're not taking anything away, hence the balance aspect. So number 3, and I hesitate to say this is least important, but it just comes to mind last, and that is your micros. So not your macros, but your micros. This is vitamins, minerals, things like that, sodium, stuff like that. And so what you're going to be trying to do with micros is to balance those out as well, because your body will burn fat when it's optimally fueled, which you can look at fuel from a calorie standpoint, but you also have to look at fuel and how your body runs from a vitamin and mineral standpoint. If you're really low on vitamin B, all kinds of stuff is going to start happening with your nerves, with your digestive system, and so that might cost you your weight loss goals right there. It might do it indirectly in a form of like you don't have a lot of energy, or your sleep is off, or you're always tired, or something like that. So that could cost you your weight loss goals, but it also might be your actual metabolism, your actual metabolizing of body fat and stuff. Those are vitamins. Those are the things that actually help you metabolize body fat, and they have a whole list of other functions as well. But you want to make sure to be up and up on those. And the best way to do that, my general tip, if you've seen some of my other videos, you might have heard this before, but a general tip on that is when you're in the grocery store to try and stick to in the vegetables and fruit section, in the produce section in the grocery store, make sure to stick to getting a variety of colors. And so a lot of people load their cart with green. They'll get broccoli, they'll get lettuce, they'll get spinach, they'll get, I don't know, whatever else is green, cabbage, and they're missing out on some of the other colors. And so a fruit or a vegetable is the color it is because of the nutrients inside of it. That's what makes it glow that color. And so orange things tend to be high in vitamin C. You've heard me say that before. Green tends to be higher in vitamin K, and there's a whole list, and I don't have them all memorized or anything. But if you can try to get a color wheel of colors, if you're looking at your cart and you're like, well, I have a lot of red, I probably need some yellow and some orange and definitely some green, then you have most of your nutrients colored. I don't want you, and I'm really big on this, I don't want you to start stressing over it though, where you're like, I have to get all my macros or I'm not going to lose weight. And yes, you want to be getting all your macros. You want to make sure to be balanced out. A multivitamin can certainly help with that, making sure to cover the gaps. But just don't stress over it. It's going to be okay. Just try to get different colors of fruits and vegetables. Get some bananas, get some oranges, get some yellow peppers, get some green broccoli, get some lettuce. Just vary it up and get all these different colors. Get a white onion. You have all this stuff. You're going to be getting all your nutrients. And our bodies are really good at kind of filling in the gaps or living without something for a little bit, without shutting things down entirely, because it's crazy the amount of nutrients that you get even if you're not eating fruits and vegetables. And there are people out there, I mean, there's this guy on YouTube, he lost his leg, he's a veteran, and he's ripped. I don't know, I think he is an athlete for First Form. You might know who I'm talking about. He claims that he doesn't eat any fruits or vegetables, and he could be taking a multivitamin or something, but my point is that you get vitamins from a lot of stuff, vitamins and minerals from a lot of stuff. Our milk has extra vitamin D in it, and at least in the United States, we've made sure that people aren't malnourished in most vitamins and minerals. But with that said, you should still try to get the color wheel, make sure to balance out your macros, because when you're fully balanced on macros, whenever you're feeling good, your body's going to be running at optimal efficiency, and that means more fat loss. Well, that is all for this video, guys. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your ideas for a balanced diet and what exactly that means to you. I would love to connect with you in the comments section. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, give me a thumbs up, and share the video on social networks to help support the channel, and I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless.